In this section, we are going to see important concepts in DAX, that is time intelligent function. That is includes total YTD, QTD, MTD, dates add, dates between, dates in period function, first date, last date, year, month, day, and today and end of month. I hope I'm not going to cover all of the DAX function, time intelligence functions in this section, but I will cover most important one. If you are very much interested in learning DAX, I have a complete playlist where I covered scenario by scenario, explained which scenario you will use the DAX function. In that way, you can learn DAX in a simple, intuitive way. Let's try to start our topic now. Let's head back to my powerbi desktop. Now, time intelligence functions, as you may aware, once you have a date time column, based on that you can do certain calculations that will be helpful to you for your analytics. You can do the trend and you can cumulative sum, all other stuffs you can able to make it using the time intelligence function. First things first, basics. So let's try to have our check out our model over here. So you have a model here where you see we have a simple model transaction and the dimensions over here, and you can see the transaction, customer, product, and store. These are 3 dimension. We also didn't have the dimension from the database. We created one. So let's try to expand these columns over here using the different DAX functions what we had. So new column, I need month, so you can say month, DAX function, and you can use this date column here, right? It is as simple as that. So dim date of date. And what is this? Basically, if you see that date column, you have a hierarchy here, whether you need the hierarchy data here or you need a column. You need to refer this column or the hierarchy. That is what I can refer the column now. I don't want to refer the hierarchy, so I can mention this column itself. This is enough. Let's try to create another column. Like this, you can keep on creating different columns here. So I don't want to spend too much time on this. So let's try to create one last column here, quarter, and then you can say quarter. Okay, the spelling is incorrect, quarter of this one. Okay, this will give you the quarter number. What it is saying, let's try to check it out. Quarter syntax, quarter, and then date, dim date of date. Let's put it here this way. That's it. So it's in the first quarter. So like that, you can keep on expanding. There are a lot of functions I have shown you. Like let's end up with another important function, that is end of month. So this is also very important sometimes in order to filter the last day of the month for every day, right? I mean every day. That will be one of the function we usually use. So let's try to call it as dim date of date. I think you can not specify anything, just put 0 here, end of month, because you can do the end of month for next month, previous month, all of the stuff. So if I put 0, I will get the same month. If I put 1, then I will get the, I think, next month here. So dynamically calculated. If it is February, you no need to mention, because earlier you need to do a lot of calculations there to get if you are not having a functions, right? So this will be very simpler for you. So there are a lot of functions over here. So these are some basic functions. You can create a column for the time intelligence functions using the DAX. Now the core part you need to understand is like measures, like cumulative values. If you are familiar with cumulative values, the MTD, YTD, and it will be very simple. Let's try to explain, let me try to explain what is MTD, YTD for those who don't aware of it. Let's say you have monthly data here. Okay, let me try to explain the QTD first. So QTD is nothing but this is the quarter 1. For January this is the value, and February this is the value, March this is the value. Till Q1, if you want to do the summation, right, cumulative values, on February you will sum January, February, that will be shown under February. On March it will be sum of January, February, March, that will be shown under March. That is what the cumulative values. Okay, so we can do it at the month level. MTD means from day level granularity you will sum up to the month, and for QTD every month data it will be summed up to quarter. Okay, so all these things will be very useful when you have a hierarchy in place. So let's have sales data once again. Let me try to create your DAX measure for it. Let's start with MTD first, then we'll move on to the QTD and YTD. Total MTD. So the function name itself called total MTD, so I can name it like simply MTD here. And let's try to check it out, the syntax from the beginning. Total MTD, you need to calculate, right, total hyphen sales, and then always this time intelligence function requires the date. Okay, without date there is no time intelligence functions. So it is the transaction dot sale date. Okay, I'm using the transaction table itself. If we relate the dimension to the transaction, then we can refer the dimension date. Okay, for simplicity I'm using the transaction date itself. Okay, and then enter. Now let's try to use the MTD over here. Okay, now you can see what is happening literally. For that I need to have this total sales value as well. Here we have a total sales. Let me bring this one. Okay, let's go. I think this MTD having some difference here. Let's close this one, and then what I'm trying to convey here is I have a few dates data only, and there is a gap. Okay, so but still it works. The first 1 to 7 data is not there, but this total sales contribute to 8, 9, 10th. But MTD, if you see, this is summing up. As I said, on January 9th it is sum of 8 and 9, so this is the value. On January 10th, sum of this and this is the value. That's why let's get rid of this date. Let's go with the QTD. So if you have a proper sample data, then it will properly work. I'll try to update this data for all dates so that these calculations will work properly. So total QTD, and then same total sales, comma, sales section. It should be from the transaction table. Then press enter. There you go. Now you see here 278 plus 52, that will contribute to 330, and then this is the data here. This is cumulative data, right? Now let's say I need to have the YTD figures as well. Now you just change the formula to YTD, total YTD equal total sales, comma, transaction sale date dot date. Okay, so when you have a YTD value, it is basically the entire year. After 1 year the next cycle starts. So you see that till December it is cumulative summing up. This is my total sales for that year, and then for January this is my sales beginning, so it will be the same for that year. And then you can have, for some companies, some organization, the year end value will be different. So in that case you can change the year end value to over here. Let's say by default it is 31/12. If your company's financial year ends on March, then you need to mention 31/03. I think 03/. 31 year end date, right? Let's see how it changes. Now you can see from here the data, it starts from the April. Okay, for April it will be the same, and March it will end. Okay, the cumulative value, you can clearly see the difference from here. This is 542 and this will be summed up, and then till March it will be summed up, then the next cycle starts. So this is how you can play with the YTD over here. I hope you understand the concept behind the time intelligence function. Another important aspect, as I mentioned before, let's see this dot date, right? Now we've seen here all the dates we have referred is from the hierarchy, meaning this is the table, this is the column, and after that if you put dot, it is the hierarchy, however you are referring here, right? So since you have used this hierarchy in the visual as well as in the measure, this works fine. Sometimes people will prefer to use like this. Okay, in that way you see here all these measures, right, whatever you calculated will not work here. Okay, why? Because since you have referred the hierarchy here, but in your calculations, right, in your calculation you are referring the hierarchy, but here you are referring the column. Okay, column directly, so it will not work. So ensure that whatever you are referring in your calculation, the same way you use it. Okay, it's best to use the hierarchy. People used to have a hierarchy there, then it will work. So in order to fix, I will fix for one of them. Let's go here. So if I'm using the column reference, I should not use the hierarchy here. So let's get rid of this. Then you can see the YTD will start appearing. You need to fix the other two columns as well. So I hope this is a pro tip for you in order to work in the time intelligence functions. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and comment below for comments. Do remember that data is your asset.